everybody, my name is Des. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Royal Caribbean and um, Atlantic Canada. So, I went to a seminar, training, I don't know what you want to call it, recently. And so Royal Caribbean told us about some new things that are coming their way and some things that are already in place. One of their newest ships is Utopia of the Seas. So that is a 3 to 4 night cruise, and it will be leaving out of Port Canaveral, Florida. It will be great for a new to cruising, somebody who just wants to check it out, get their, feet wet a little bit. So one of the things that they have, all the cruise lines, no matter what cruise you go on and what ships, they all have specialty dining, which is an upcharge, something you would pay to do and to eat at that restaurant. I'm not usually a big fan of that because I feel like I paid this money for the cruise. Their main dining's included. They have so many dining options that is included in your cruise that, why pay for something extra? But this particular cruise line does have what they call the specialty dining is like you're on a train. So I did kind of check out YouTube a little bit and check out the video because I was interested in it. And also what they showed us. So you only seats 45 people, no more than that per city, and I believe there are two sittings, usually an early dining and a late dining. And it's like you're on a train. So your menu is destination themed. It's kind of like the Wild Wild West, and while you're eating, it's like a virtual thing that takes you like you're actually feel like you're on a train, or it seems like you're on a train. It is $75 per adult, and I do not know what the price is for children. I would assume it's a little bit lower than that, but I do not know what that is. I think that'd be kind of cool. I came home and I said to my husband, I think if we ever went on that ship, I'd want to pay that $75 and check that out because it seems like it'd be really cool. And he's like, yeah, I agree. I just think that'd be awesome. Especially if you've never been on a train. It gives you like that kind of best of both world type things. So, they have more. Star of the Seas is coming out 2025-2026. I believe that is the second Icon ship. That'll be leaving out of Port Canaveral. And also in 2025-2026, they are going to be having the Royal Beach Club, which is going to be a land excursion, but it's pretty much the private beach for them and maybe celebrity because I think they're together. That will be in the Bahamas and in Cozumel, Mexico. So that will be something like if you go there and you've gone to the Bahamas a million times or you've gone to Cozumel a million times and you want something different, this will give you a whole different option of to do, and it'll be a land excursion only. You can also do gift cards for Royal Caribbean. So if you know somebody who wants to do a cruise or is planning on doing a cruise or a Royal Caribbean cruise, you can get gift cards to give as a gift for Christmas time or something else like that. So that is always another good option. They also do a flex pay, which gives you the option to schedule up to 10 payments throughout however long it takes up until your final payment is due. So you can make a down payment. You can use 10 different credit cards or forms of payment per booking. So that means that if you and your spouse go, that's one booking because you're in one room. If you're doing a group trip and you have multiple rooms, each booking for that trip would get those 10 payments. And you can still make payments in between, so it'll make it split out a little bit, make it a lot easier to afford, depending on how many nights you're going. So that is pretty much what I have on the Royal Caribbean side of it. So Cruise Atlantic Canada is a stop that you be going out of the East Coast, whether it's New Jersey, Baltimore, Boston, New York. One of those East Coast ports would get you to Cruise Atlantic Canada, which is St. John's, it is Halifax, it's Nova Scotia, it's all in that kind of area of them. Some of the ports will take you to both of them. Some of them will only take you to one, and it's one of those things you'd have to kind of look at, and I'm sure it depends on how many nights you go as well. So St. John um, has some really cool things, but they have a new one. It's called Area 506 Waterfront Container Village. And what they did during COVID is they took these containers and like waterfront containers and they painted them up and they made it into like shops and restaurants and like touristy stuff, and they put it at one of their ports. And these photos look really, really cool. Something I think would be really nice to check out. So I'm going to kind of go over like some of the ports that they have and some of the or different destinations that they have there, whether it's a port or excursion, someplace you would go, and some of the things that each of them have to offer. So things to do in St. John, New Brunswick. St. John and St. John's are two different places. So this is St. John, New Brunswick. And so you can treat yourself to the city market, the oldest continually operating public market in North America. You can get the full St. Martin's experience, complete with the world's best seafood chowder found at Caves Restaurant. And the ladies from Canada said that you can't get a better chowder anywhere. So you can see the world's highest tides at Hopewell Rocks. And Hopewell Rocks, as my understanding from what they've told me, is one of the fastest selling out excursions. So you would want to book that one early. Also, if you go there like in the morning, it could be, you could walk through these, the rocks. If you go there 6 hours later, or you're there 6 hours later, depending on how long your excursion is, you're kayaking through the rocks because that's how high the tide gets. And it is on a 6-hour cycle, and that is that way through a lot of this. There's different places you can go just to look at it, go see it in the morning, go back later, 6 hours later, and see it again. I think that would be really super cool to see. You can embark on the Treetop Adventure with Timber Top Adventures. Stroll the walkable streets of Uptown St. John and stop by the many boutiques, galleries, shops, and restaurants. And then, of course, you won't want to leave without seeing that Area 506 Waterfront Container Village and see all those containers all coolly painted and touristy stuff to do, whether it's just, to buy souvenirs or get a bite to eat. And that is adjourned to the cruise terminal. So it is like right near the cruise terminal. Halifax, Nova Scotia, is you can take in the rugged coastline en route to Peggy's Cove and see one of Nova Scotia's most well-known lighthouses, Peggy's Point. You can drive through the Annapolis Valley, known for the rich architecture, wineries, and exquisite culinary delights. Discover Halifax's history with the guided tour at the Sidel National Historic Site, or take in the city views at Parks Canada George Island. Visit the colors and charm of Lunenburg, one of two North American urban communities designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Experience the world's highest tides, stunning shorelines, and ocean floor secrets of the Burncoat Head Park. And tour Halifax by land and sea on the Harbor Hopper, a family-friendly adventure for both the young and the young at heart. So as you can see, like, that stop also has so much to do. You can see the high tides. There's the World Heritage Sites. Those are always, if you're into history, something to check out. Parks, shopping, just fun things. Sydney, Nova Scotia, not to be confused with Sydney, Australia, as awesome as that would be. It is Sydney, Nova Scotia. You can embark on the I'm not going to pronounce this right, Eskanodi culture journey along the 2.4 kilometer trail on Goat Island. Learn about the man who invented the telephone, Alexander Graham Bell National Historic Site. Visit the largest historical reconstruction in North America, the Forest of Louisbourg. Head underground with the Cape Breton Miners Museum. Explore Scottish roots in the Highland Village and celebrate Cape Breton's Gaelic history. And shop the Fiddle and discover Sydney's premier dockside experience. And that is really cool, the Fiddle one. If you're actually in front of the building, it has a fiddle like in front of it. It looked super cool in the photos that were shown to us. I'm not really into the fiddle, but I think that'd be really cool to see. Charlestown, Prince Edward Island. You can step into the world of Anne Green Gables at the historic site of Green Gable Heritage Place, the inspiration of the beloved novel. Explore PEI, which is Prince Edward Islands. Beauty from rolling hills to charming villages, experiencing unforgettable moments at its world-renowned beaches. And just 80 steps from the port, Founders Food Hall and Market offers a culinary heaven with 18 plus local cuisines and artists, a perfect spot for a keepsake from your island adventure. They all have some places to go for tourist things. And indulge in Canada's food island and savor world-class seafood, including oysters, mussels, and lobster. Experience Charleston's historic charm on foot or by horse-drawn trolley, with walkable streets showcasing the boutiques, galleries, and eateries in the birthplace of Canada. Discover Canada's iconic Confederation Bridge, which is known as the world's longest bridge over icy water, spanning 12.9 kilometers. And keep in mind, Canada has everything that goes in kilometers or a different metric system. All of these ports do speak English, and they all do take both US and Canadian money. One thing to consider, if you are paying something in Canadian money, there is a differential in the currency, and if you use a credit card, make sure that it will transfer for you and not charge you those extra international fees. I found when I was there one time, I wish I would have had a credit card. I met some friends there. It was over by the Niagara Falls side. I was only there for a little bit. We went to eat, and we were trying to figure out how to split the bill, which was an interesting thing because they had it in Canadian money, and none of us knew how to fix it, and it was definitely an interesting thing, but I did buy one or two things with a credit card, and it took care of everything for me, and I did not have to do all that math and figure it out. So if you're like me and you don't like math and don't want to have to figure all that out, just make sure your credit card doesn't charge those extra fees, international fees, and you'll be good to go. Corner Brook, Newfoundland is one of the other stops. Admire the panoramic view of the Bay of Islands atop Captain James Cook National Historic Site. Hike the iconic Corner Brook Stream Trail network through the city. Visit magnificent Gras Morne National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Embark on a zip-line adventure and glide through the breathtaking Humber Valley with marble zip tours. Experience the heart of downtown on board the Mill Whistle Road Train. Explore the charm of quaint fishing communities and coastal wonders on a Zodiac, then ATV through backcountry terrain like a local. The ideal blend of coastal charm and off-road thrill. So there's definitely something for everybody, whether it is somebody who likes the high adventure and wants to do fun adventure things, or somebody who's not really into the high adventure, just wants to stroll around, take in the sights, see some history, shop, eat. So those are just some of the ports that are available. Most of the ships that do go in, they go either really early in the morning or late afternoon, or really, really early in the morning. It all depends on where the tide is. So you need to keep that in mind too. You might be, porting at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. You might be porting like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. You would just, like I said, there's also a place that has the reverse waterfalls. So again, you would go in the morning, you would see the waterfalls going this way. 6 hours later, they would be going the opposite direction. Again, that is something I would love to see, just to say I saw it, for no other reason. I just think it would be really cool. So the Atlantic Canada has a lot to offer, something for everybody, whether it's you take a cruise and you want to go there, or it's just something you would want to do for a vacation. It definitely seems like it'd be a lot of fun to check out. So hit me up if there's something you'd like to do. Or if you would love to book one of these, I would be happy to do it for you. Whether it's a cruise, a short weekend vacation, a hotel room, whatever you like, just hit me up and I'd be happy to help you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, have a good day.